All right, this is our newest little Streamliner restoration project. So I kind of go in phases, and I kind of getting hooked into one thing for a while, and right now I'm kind of in my little Streamliner phase. So I picked this setup for 20 bucks. It had no motor. The stacks on top, the Locomotive, were broken apart, didn't work. And all three cars looked like this tail car does. Kind of the original Hiawatha gray and orange scheme, but really beat up, lots of bends in the metal, very, very dirty, and just overall kind of poor condition. So I started with the middle car and stripped it down. But the wheels come off. I cut the little rivets that hold the wheels off, took the wheels apart, took all of the posts out. They are kind of flattened on one end to keep them in place. So you kind of have to grind that off and pull that out so that those can get worked on. You have to be really, really careful on the bodies. The bodies are a really thin pressed steel, and they don't have a lot of support. So when you're taking the old paint off, and even when you're removing it from the base, you need to be really careful because it's very easy to bend. But once the paint was removed, they got primed, painted, not quite the original Hiawatha colors, but a comparable orange and gray. The wheels were cleaned. I always put the axles for wheel assemblies on a wire wheel and get all of the rust and corrosion off so that the wheels roll smooth again. And then all the pieces got kind of reassembled. So still need to put the top shell on the base. But you can see on the Locomotive is all the way back together. And for the motor for these is really specific. And there are some available, but they were way more than I wanted to spend on a motor for a set that I spent $20 on. So I actually took a Lionel Jr. motor and built the mounting bracket that connects it to the Streamliner shell, and kind of made a light socket assembly and put the whole thing together. But you get this real nice set. It only goes one direction. This didn't have an E unit in it. You can see we get this nice little set. Like I said, most of the way done. This car will be put back together tonight. And once I have it back together, I'll take the tail car off the back and strip it down and finish the restoration. So not a very expensive set, but very cool little set. Runs pretty well. And I love the orange and gray color. It's very, very nice.